Hello everyone, this is Ep34, and welcome to episode 34, I want to say, of Ep34's Dyson series? Yeah, 34, holy cow. I can't believe it is moving that fast. As you can see, I've just copy and pasted my rocket setup here, and I'm crafting more rocket launchers. I'm kind of, doing a little bit of off-camera expansion of some things, making progress. We got a lot of junk in our inventory, though. Holy cow, do we have a lot of junk in our inventory. Last episode, we talked about getting some power stuff going on, and actually this worked out pretty well. I think we're probably going to start choking on power in a second. Close. Yeah, these guys draw a lot of power, 18 megawatts each. So drawing that power is significant. But we just hit a nice milestone, 1 gigawatt of power coming in from our Dyson sphere. How cool is that? We've obviously got more rockets happening now. We just basically doubled the rocket launch capabilities of our Dyson sphere system. Now, obviously, I did not double the production of anything. All right. But we've got a little backstuffing going on. We might pause for a little bit. Where am I making my blue circuits? I want to say in this general direction. We're still having a little bit of a problem with unipolar magnets, and that's something I want to take a look at today. We clearly are also not making plane filters fast enough, which is probably contributing to the lack of blue circuit production. Also, orange circuits? Are we choking on orange circuits? Is that part of the problem? I mean, we're definitely not getting orange circuits fast enough either, so we're gonna have to investigate why that might be. That's news to me. And hey, look who's done over here. Look who's done over here. Remember this from last episode? I told you this would be done soon. Yeah. Done and done. Nice. Cool. And actually, you're nice and full, which is good to see. We're gonna have to check that out. But what's up with you guys? What don't you have enough of? Anything? Actually, you've got enough of everything. You just are really slow to produce. You guys are just really slow to produce. I might look at, can we get maybe that? Many more? Not terrible. Maybe a few more plane filters cooking. These things just are slow to make, I think, is the problem. I think that's really what it comes down to, is they're a little bit slow. We could probably upgrade these to Mark IIIs, by the way. Just want everything to be Mark III belts where appropriate. We're almost at the point where this research that I kicked off last episode is going to be good. That'll give me a larger internal core battery, I believe. So core energy will boost up quite a significant bit from this core research that we're doing. Plus 800 kilowatts mecha fuel power. Or no, actually, no. This makes me charge faster. Sorry. This one would be more storage. But we don't have white research cubes yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Man, I'm glad I made this thing expandable, but I really have to keep an eye on everything and make sure it's all behaving appropriately. I think it is, though. As long as we're making titanium glass fast enough. Which, maybe we are, maybe we're not. I might want to replicate titanium glass flow a little bit better. We'll see. He might be breaking evenish or even net lossing, so that might be a problem. Maybe I should fix this real quick. And what I'm thinking I would do is now's a good time to get the bottom half of this going on. So let's get these guys on the offset. I'm thinking here is where I would like it to be. Now, if I've copied and pasted these appropriately the whole time, this shouldn't be a problem. Right? It should be you, and you. Okay. And then we will have a little bit of a problem. Not a big one, mind you. Easy peasy. Cool. And then copy, paste. And then you should have no problem pasting down the line. Nice. Okay, so that'll amp up this stuff. And we'll just have to see if water becomes a problem. It might. Titanium and glass we should be plenty on, but water might be a problem. Let's make sure that everybody's a Mark III. Right? Because we really don't want any Mark II belts in these things. We need a lot of this stuff, obviously, so... yeah, water might become a problem. Lack of item. Let's sort that out. This is the problem with building these one high tall structures, is sometimes it can get a little squirrely. You have to really... I don't think you're supposed to be able to do this. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that or not. There we go. More water production. Hopefully good enough. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do this little one high bump thing. It's hard to do, obviously. You have to, like, finagle all that stuff. But it's all good. Cool. Now, hopefully that'll be a net gain in titanium glass then. Just kind of trying to amp up all the things we would need to amp up to make sure that we're producing as much plane filters as we need so that we can get those blue chips going. Now... you know, plain filters is getting better, but yellow chips? I thought I had a pretty good setup for yellow chips. Where did I do yellow chips at? It's up here. So what's going on yellow chips wise? Are we just not enough on the yellow chips? We may just not be enough on the yellow chips. Believe it or not, that might be the problem that we're seeing. This yellow chip producer is okay, but it's not great. I mean, this stuff is good. But I feel like we're just not producing enough. I wonder if I can copy and paste this whole thing. It would be cool. Thinking about in my brain how this should look if I wanted to replicate this guy. Like, silicon's not our problem anymore, I don't think. So what if we did a copy and paste like this, but we did include the tower, right? And what if we kind of did it like this? Would that be cool? Because what we could do is something like this. Okay, bear with me here. Am I right about this? Will this work? Yes, except we do care about this thing being the right directional thing. So what we'll probably have to do for this to behave is change the inserters. That's not that big of a deal, right? Let's remove all our inserters then and reconfigure them. Hey, I got my mecha fuel power thing. That's nice, at least. Yeah, what we're gonna have to do is remove these kinds of things. They're a little hard to remove these, but it's not the end of the world. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. But with all, we can fix that in a sec. So you need these guys. And you need these guys to go here. And then you need these guys. Okay. And then you need these guys. And nothing I've set up is in any way uniform, and that's on Dyer being a derp. But that's okay, we can fix it. Okay, so now everybody should be groovy? They should be. They should be. And that looks like it's working, as long as you eventually go away from yellow mode. I don't know why you're being all yellowy. Oh, I know why. Haha. I forgot to export on that. That's why. I was like, why isn't this one behaving? Oh, right. Good reason. Nice. Alright, so that looks good. So that kind of doubles my yellow chip production a little bit. Now, what's cool about this? Well, not so cool. Not so cool. But it's kind of replicatable. The problem is getting these guys down into the middle. It's not great. Alright, so if we want iron ingots plus supermagnetic rings plus crystal silicon, we can craft accumulators. Then we can take those accumulators that we have and charge them up. Does that sound cool? I like that plan. So then let's start with one of these. Okay. And your job will be to request locally the things that we need. So we need crystal silicon and we need the blue dudes. We're going to want, let's say, 1,000 of each-ish. Does that sound fair? And we better get some power going on one. Cool. And we'll get about 10 should be enough. I don't think we're going to have a crazy need for these. But then we're also going to need our rockets. Okay, so first off, local demand. Local demand. Local demand. Okay, let's go get our rocket dudes. Because we should have, I think earlier in the episode I did this, right? I did this on camera, didn't I? Did I do this on camera? Where I was over here and I set these up? Did I do this on camera? I set up an auto-crafter for these things. Just letting you know. In case I didn't do it on camera. I forget at this point if I did that on camera or not. Hey, logistics carrier capacity. Hooray! Nice to see that all done. Alright. So then, your job will be to dump these dudes out. Now he's also going to need... Oh, that's going to be a hassle. Oh, that's going to be a hassle. I forgot he's also going to need space warpers. Yeah, no, I just made a mess. What I will probably do then is let's have... Because I need space warpers, I forgot about that as an excess thing. Are you going to shuffle that all around-ish? Okay. So let's do iron ore 1,000. Let's do crystal silicon 1,000. Pick up litter. And then let's do the blue dudes 1,000. Okay. I don't really want you supplying, by the way. I was just being nice when I said you could supply. Demand, demand, demand. And then give me back my... I guess 9 is what's going in there now? It's annoying. It's annoying. Give me one more of these. Can I just craft one? No, not 10. Not 10. I just want one. Can do. Just because I don't want it to... That would be annoying to me. And probably to half of you guys, too. Okay. So then, this is going to be the crafting piece of this. Right? Now, this is going to get a little tricky, because we don't want to have a point where we overload and have too many of something. That would be a bad time for everyone. So you're going to make... Let's do them down here. And your job will be to make buildings accumulators, right? Okay. And then you're going to... How do I want to do this bit? What I could do is this, and then I'm going to have an interstellar logistics station here. Too close to logistics station. Come on, dude. Really? Still too close? I guess I could be down here-ish. That seems fair. Can I put them up here? Here might be a better place. Yeah. Okay. Now your job will be to, first off, I need space warpers, please. But only 100. Local demand. Here they come. And I probably don't need any of these guys to be in here. But you are going to get 10 of these. Okay. Now you're going to supply locally. Okay. You're going to local storage remote demand empty accumulators. And then you're going to local storage remote supply charged accumulators. And I'm probably only going to want like 1,000-ish to be provided, maybe 500-ish. We're going to see. And maybe, well, let's do a, it's a hard number, but we're going to start with 500 and see how that goes. Okay? Now here's the problem. We're going to craft them, right? And then we're going to charge them. And then we're going to send them out. And then we're going to need to craft more. And we have to be careful because we want to receive the empty ones, but also not overcraft or have too many of the empty ones. So we're going to want to pay attention to this because we could easily run into a little bit of a problem here. But what we want to do then is something like this, right? And that'll start making them. But then we also want to have the charger dudes. So I think it's under transportation. We're going to want, how about 5 of these to start with? And we'll see if that's cool. And then you guys can start charging up the energy exchangers. Okay? Now what's the deal here? No connection. I had a feeling that might be the case. I had a feeling that might be the case. I think I have to feed them in. So let's do this. You ready? Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to do the exchangers. I want one more then. Okay. And I'm going to have an exchanger here. And an exchanger here. With this guy in between. But we also have to loop this in, is the problem. So you're going to export empty ones of these, right? But I want you to prioritize this side, okay? So if there's anything from here to feed in, prioritize that, right? That should be cool. And then from here, we're basically going to start with this. Here. And here. Is that cool? I can get this a little closer, I think. Yes. So you're going to feed in. And then we're going to copy these guys. Why are you being so weird, copy and paste gadget? It's because they have such a large footprint, I think. Collide with another object, huh? Is it because I'm going south? Might be because I'm going south. Ah! Maybe it's just because they're such a big... I think it's just because they're such a big footprint. Yeah, they might need that much spacing because they're such a big footprint. Little foundation. Oops. Okay. Cool. And then you guys are going to want to output and go around and around and around. Stop trying to connect. Is that cool? And then into there. They're big buildings, folks. They're really big buildings. Okay. So what'll happen is he'll eventually fill up 500 of these, and then there'll be a backstuffing of this stuff, right? And then what'll happen is, let's say 100 of these leave and go to another planet, right? The backstuffing of these will fill up, and this will craft more. And then when the empty ones come back, it'll prioritize charging empty ones over making new ones. And in theory, that should work, right? In theory, that should work. Okay. So let's just get a few more of these guys crafting. And then you should be groovy. So let's see what happens, right? And you need power also, by the way. Okay. So, and you guys should be in charge mode. So let's copy and paste, 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 paste. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool? And then you're going to start receiving fully charged accumulators. How cool is that? Huh? Not too shabby. I like. I like. And then what we can have is, you know, I wouldn't mind having a few of these on autocraft. Would that be doable? It's a lot of resources to autocraft this, but it's probably doable. It's probably doable. Do I want to autocraft these buildings so that we're ready to build them wherever? Doesn't sound like a bad idea, right? Can I sneak this in here? Can I even autocraft these? That's actually a question. I don't actually know if I can. Energy exchanger? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. So what we'll probably want then, and we don't have to go hog wild on it, right? But you could supply energy exchangers, right? And I only want 100, as small a number as possible. Okay. And then you're going to request you steel, orange chips, and the particle containers, right? So steel, orange chips, and the particle containers. Many of which I'm a little bit low on, right? But we'll ask for like just 500 of each. We don't have to go crazy on it. Okay, so what you'll do is you will export some of this and some of this. And some of these. And then you will make... I'll just have 2 of these making them. And then you also have to come out here with this. And then you can feed into there. Okay? And then in, out, out, and your job will be to make this guy, copy, paste. Cool. Alright, and then let's give you like 20 of these just to keep you going. Local demand, local demand, local demand, local demand. Maybe you'll be able to get some particle containers out of this? I wouldn't hold my breath. I'll give my dude a little bit. Okay. Out of my personal stock, friends. Out of my personal stock. Alright, cool. Now we're just waiting on some orange chips to show up. And you notice, like, things are definitely flying faster nowadays, which is nice. Alright, and then you will craft these for me, which will be pretty cool. And again, we only need to keep about 100, because I think that's as small a number as we can possibly keep. But that'll be nice, because then I can just snag these whenever I want to set up a remote settlement. Cool? Alright, so you're ready to ship. You're ready to do the thing. You've got about 200 of these already accumulated with charge. You've got all this configuration the way we want. Distance to enable warp 12 AU. Minimum load of vessels is 100. That sounds cool. And you are straight up crafting. Nice. So you make 4 per minute, but obviously we need a lot more resources too. Not a big deal. We may want to upgrade all these things, though, because I get the impression that that's going to be a necessary bit of stuff. Because to be fair, we need like 40 of that, and we need like, yeah, we need a lot. We definitely need a lot of resources to make these, right? Now, we don't need 100 of these, probably anywhere. If I go to a remote planet, we might need 3 or 4 tops. But it'll be nice to have them on autocraft for when I do want to set them up. So speaking of that, is it time to go check out our dipolar magnet dudes or what? Or what? Let's start with silicon, because I know silicon's a problem. See, we're like choking on silicon. We are not getting enough silicon here. So let's go to Miniluva. And if we have to get a second silicon production planet going, we will, because we easily can now. But let's warp out to Miniluva 4, which is where my silicon production is. Yes. And at this point, my mecha should be generating more power, core energy, because of the upgrade I made. So my warp should last longer. Like it should take longer for me to run out of power when warping. And he should charge faster off the energy that I have going on. So let's set this up so that these things can come to this planet. We'll see what our current power situation is. I remember it being low because I had to get rid of that coal mining thing. But this is proper interstellar power logistics going on here. Right? Boom. Alright. Coming in for a landing. Woo! That would be you, sir. Alright, so what's our situation with power? 65% satisfaction. We could do better. So let's do better. So your job now will be to buildings this and this. You're going to remote supply and remote demand this guy. Eh? Why you know in transit? That should have worked. That should have worked. He shouldn't need these guys, right? I don't think so. Do I have space warpers on me? I do. I shouldn't need to do this, because the one that's home, I gave it logistics vessels, right? I put 10 in there? Or did I forget to put 10 in there? If I forgot to put 10 in there, I'm going to have to fix that. But that's okay. We'll fix it when we go back. I just would like to see you, you know, behave yourself. I guess back in a sec when this is done charging, if this guy launches. And if he doesn't launch it, I did something wrong. Ha! 500 of these in transit. Probably because that is the min load of vessels thing going on. Maybe I could make you like 20%? 10%? Something like that. No, I want to keep you at 100. That might be a nuisance. The fact that vessels can only transport 500 of these at a time. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. So he did go. So what that tells me is I probably did something. I probably forgot to put vessels in that. I remember putting vessels in a thing, but maybe it was the one I destroyed. You guys probably are yelling at me in the comments and saying, Dyer, you derp. But that's okay. We'll be fine. So let's prepare for this, right? I'm going to paste these in, and I might even save this blueprint as accumulators. All right. Hey. What? Accumulators, and... or energy exchangers, I guess they're called. Save blueprint. I don't know what this is. It looks like the same. But yes, this is what we want. Just make sure it's not, you know... Alright, so your job will be to export this thing. It's tricky. Okay. Your guy's job will be to discharge, 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 and discharge. Look at that. 100% satisfaction, not even breaking a sweat. Okay. And then feed them back in. The empty ones, right? So the empty ones will go back in there. And that's what we want to see. Cool. And now, well above, right? Consumption demand, current generation, accumulators discharging, 100% satisfaction. Really doing a pretty nice job, right? How cool is that? How cool is that? And now we should have a much better time processing all our silicon. Cool? Is that cool? I think it's cool. Alright, wrapping up point for the episode. Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's come back next time. Let's, I might expand some of this a little bit. Just get more silicon production going on this planet, because clearly we need all the silicons. But we'll come back next time and continue to expand. For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm going to go check on unipolar magnets too, and I'll let you guys know how that made out. Alright, take it easy.